Hello everyone, this is Bryant with Amusement Source, and this is our third and final video from Busch Gardens Tampa. Now, this park was opened in 1959, and they of course have tons of rides and attractions. However, they also have, I would say, enough animal experiences and exhibits to fill up a whole day's worth of time. So not only is this a really great theme park, they also have an amazing zoo program, conservation program. So we actually did 3 behind-the-scenes tours or animal experiences that we're going to share with you today. Those involve hanging out with the elephants, going to the nutrition center, and actually doing the safari tour. So on top of that, we also checked out, of course, several of the other exhibits that are free that you can just walk around and view, and we didn't even hit it all. So just in this one video, it's jam-packed, but it's not even everything that the park has to offer. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a look at Busch Gardens Tampa's 2022 Animal Experience offerings. So our first adventure in terms of animal experiences was actually on the Serengeti Express. And the main reason I wanted to point this train right out is because number one, it is free, so if you purchase admission to get into the park, this doesn't cost anything extra. But number two, this is like a 45-minute train ride, and a lot of it goes through this Africa Serengeti area where you can see rhinos, ostriches, zebras, giraffes. Now you don't necessarily get super close to a lot of them, but it is still a really great experience. And of course, they narrated the whole ride, told you a little bit about the animals, so it was a very nice experience.
By the number of live animals in the herd on the left, the Watusi cattle, the only zebra whose stripes go all the way around their belly. When zebras travel, they move at the speed of their slowest member, so no one gets left behind. The Grant zebra. Over to your left, at the top of the hill, a reticulated giraffe. These giraffes can grow up to 18 feet in height. They do most everything standing up, including giving birth. The first experience in life of a baby giraffe, a 6-foot drop to the ground. The grubby zebra, top of the hill. The grubby zebra are the largest and most endangered.
So the first paid tour we actually participated in was the Elephant Insider Tour. Now, as of the recording of this video, this starts at $29.99 a person, is a 30-minute experience. You get to learn all about the elephants here at Busch Gardens Tampa and the enrichment process. It's not just, hey, look at these animals. They actually, interact with them, show you how they mentally stimulate the animals and how they train them and take care of them. Next up, we took a tour of the nutrition center, and this was very impressive because you get to see how they feed and take care of all the animals in terms of their diets. And we learned that they spend well over $1 million a year on food for all their animals. Now, unfortunately, it looks like this tour is not listed on the website. This just seemed to be something that Ace was treated to during our spring conference. However, they do have an animal ambassador. They have animal ambassador insiders, and they also have an animal care center tour, which I think would probably be the next closest thing to this type of experience. So I'd recommend going to their website and checking those out.
Instead of going to all of these white bins that we have on the floor scattered throughout the kitchen and scooping out the exact amount we need, we've got it all pre-portioned so we can just kind of grab and go. It makes life a whole lot easier because we are all about efficiency in here. We have our meat table on this far wall over here, which is relatively the same concept. And then my personal favorite, which is primate tables. That's where we do the gorillas, chimpanzees, some of the giraffes, and some of the rhinos as well. We've got the mealworms. So these guys, these are all in their larva stage essentially, and they are alive. When we go in the cooler, you will see a tray of mealworms in there. They are all still frozen, I guess you could say. Mealworms can live for up to a year when they're cold, so we keep them in there so we kind of go through exactly the amount that we need twice a week. And then we try to do the FIFO system, first in, first out. So if you look around, you'll see some of the boxes have X's on them. And then we've got like this part over here. You guys can come further. We've got this part over here, which is like a grab and go kind of part. So this is going to be for the primate table. They're the ones that get whole tomatoes, whole celery, whole heads of cabbage, whole heads of lettuce. They're the ones that get all mixed up. So rather than coming in here 18 million times to grab one plate for each animal, we've got it all on the front right here, so we can just grab it while we're outside. Same thing for this part. This is the small riot part. So if you look, everything is done really finely. So like these are for the sloths. We have long nails, so they drop everything. Alright friends, so we're going to pile out that door right there. There should be a... And then over here is our grain dock. So this is going to be primarily for like the larger animals, the hoofstock, the rhinos, the hippos, giraffes, nyalas, all of that. As you can see, I'm sorry? It's Missouri. So Missouri is a brand that is actually located in Lakeland. They, funnily enough, are run by our former... This is the pupating / beetle phase, depending on where they are placed in the room. And then they lay their eggs, and the cycle begins again. Alright guys, we're going to pile back out this way. Alright y'all, I will tell you in just a second. Alright y'all, welcome to our overflow grain room. So this is where we have all of the grain. If you look on the shelves, you can see some of them have primates on there, some of them have birds on there. Every single one of those white bins that we have in the kitchen gets a bag of grain, sometimes two if we have to mix them up. We've got our flamingo powder. American alligators are so interesting.
Yeah, you probably won't see this animal.
Next we have the... Oh yes, that's why I said I went to the here. And then she was having... The doll, she doesn't seem interested in the costume. That one?
The owl? That's the owl I
Now, the third and final tour that we took at Busch Gardens Tampa was a safari. Now, on their website, this is known as the award-winning Serengeti Safari. Trek across the 65-acre Serengeti Plain on an open-air touring vehicle, and it was a lot of fun. This started at $59.99 a person, and I can guarantee you it was worth every penny. Our tour guide was fantastic. We learned so much about the animals, and of course, as you'll see here later on, we got to feed the giraffes, take pictures with the giraffes, and you can kind of see here, you get super close to the animals. So very fun, interactive experience, well worth the money.
They made the wrong decision. Yeah, so that is still a female. We only have females out here right now. Do something really cool. They can actually raise their body temperatures well over 100 degrees, where you would be in a coma if not one, and other males would be dead. They do that to conserve moisture so they can get to another area where they can feed on moisture-rich grass or vegetation, or they can get to a water source. Oh yeah. So over to the right side of the truck, we do have a little clay pit. It's not bad landscaping, I promise. It's actually Georgia clay. We chuck it in for our rhinos. They will actually roll around in it. Acts as like a sunscreen, also a bug repellent. Our wildebeest. Now these guys are our Grant's zebras or our common zebras. The ones we saw earlier were our Brevies. These guys are really easily distinguished from them. They have very large stripes and they go underneath their belly. Now, do you guys know if a zebra is black and white or white and black? White and black. Any other answers? They are brown. Yes, so, yes, and I always ask that because everybody is told, oh, zebras are black and white. No, they're not. So these guys are the Grant's gazelles that I was talking about, their cousins Thompsons. Yeah, you can tell they're wearing white skinny jeans on their backside. Grant's wear pants, easiest way to distinguish them. Now, if you don't know what it is, that's fine. This is a smaller side of their eggs, but they can get pretty large. I'll bring it around, you'll see the thickness of their egg. So, the ostriches can weigh about 300 pounds. They aren't sitting on the eggs. Now, I am going to point out, because I know somebody was really interested, look way, way out to your left past that tree. That is our crash, or stubbornness, of white rhinos. Exactly. But most people have heard of it. About 2 million of those wildebeest, about 500,000 of those zebra, and about 200,000 animals will actually go on this journey. Those Grant's gazelles that I showed you though, they actually do not have to drink water in their entire life. There are a couple of very important rules we need to follow when we are interacting with our giraffes. The number one is the most important. Do not reach out to touch them. They can spook them, and if they get spooked, they will lift their head and they will hit you with that head. That head is extremely strong and it will hurt. I promise. You will come over if they come over, but we are not feeding them. They are still on their mother's diet. It is monitored by our zookeepers as we keep them away. But we don't want to ruin that diet. Now, the last and second most important, the number one being don't touch them, is you guys are no longer humans, you are trees. I'm going to hand you a piece of lettuce. You're going to hold it way, way up high. And then you eventually... Yeah, so once they are done feeding, we're going to put aside. Don't worry, I have more right. Oh, wow. And then after the first round of feeding, I'm going to take some group photos of everybody.
Oh, goodness.
You sure? No. How brave are you?
Oh.
Hold your hands flat.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cute.
Here, when I do it, you take a picture. Oh, look at that face.
Okay, so we also have another type of giraffe out here. She's laying down in the sand right there. That is Wilma. She's a feathered giraffe. So, I know, she is an ostrich, but we don't count her that. So when she was brought to us, she actually had a wing injury, and she was brought up with one of the baby giraffes at the time. Now, when she was rehabilitated, she was good to go. We actually put her on the other side with Thelma and Louise, and she would look at them like, I don't know what you are, who are you, where were you? She didn't know who they were, so she was actually walking across the crate and eating over here. So they ended up just leaving her over here, but to her, she has a long leg, long neck, long legs, and she cannot fly. Ergo, Wilma is a feathered giraffe. Whenever we have, and yeah, you get another cute little look at these little impala. We're heading back to our Nyala habitat, so if you guys didn't get to see them, you will get to see the babies now. And yes, they are adorable. I wish I could just pick one out the now, we do have something here called the Seal Busch Gardens Conservation Fund, if you guys have heard of it. We donate millions of dollars every year to conservation funds all over the world. And if you go to any food locations, merchandise locations, you can actually donate as well. Dollar amounts or rounding up just to the total. It helps us donate more money to them.
You're fine.
Okay.
All right, everyone, that does it for this third and final video from Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. As you can see, just tons of animal stuff to do. I will say the safari was absolutely one of my favorite things. And all of the trainers, all of the ambassadors that we encountered were awesome and just full of knowledge, and you can tell that they are really passionate about the things they're doing at the park. I will say, I think one of the very unique things, of course, with the safari, we got to feed the giraffes, but even if you want to do something a little more low-key, like check out the elephants, it was really cool to see how the enrichment process goes with those animals. So just seeing how the trainers work with them day to day, and it not just being, you know, hey, get up close to the animals and look, was really awesome. So of course I encourage you to go to Busch Gardens Tampa's website, because you can see all of the animal experiences they have to offer. This was just kind of the tip of the iceberg, and we had a great time. Definitely going to have to come back out to the park in the future and check out more of those experiences. So that concludes our chunk of the trip dedicated to Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. Next up, we will be heading to SeaWorld San Antonio to check out their animals, their experiences, their shows, their attractions, and the all-new Icebreaker roller coaster. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and we'll see you soon.